end, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Bedi for this insightful presentation, and basically focusing on the research and development for Nepal's agriculture, which I totally believe which is very much important for us. I'm really happy to be here to talk about one of the most important topic, opportunity in agriculture, especially focusing on high value crop and food processing in Nepal. We all know, like yesterday and today morning also, like the panelists were discussing about the importance of investing in agriculture, and the opportunity that we have in Nepal. And so before going into our discussion, I would like to introduce my panelists here. First we have Mr. Neuraj Karki, who is the co-founder and operations director at DV Excellus Private Limited, Kheti, where he has been instrumental in advancing Nepal's agri-fintech industry since 2019. His goal is to recognize as a leading entrepreneur in agro-fintech sector within Nepal and internationally, creating job opportunities and promoting economic growth in Nepal are among Karki's proudest achievement. Welcome, Mr. Karki. Our next panelist is Ms. Poonam Shukla. She is the co-founder of Sattva Nepal, a social enterprise committed to promoting Nepal flavors globally while empowering women and farmer communities. Earlier, Ms. Shukla had set up successfully run a non-profit incubator, EDU Momentum, which provided support to early stage social entrepreneurs. Welcome to this panel. Our next panelist is Mr. Kushal Gurung, who is the co-founder of Mutha Agro. Mr. Gurung is a clean tech professional with more than 15 years of work experience in Asia and Europe. He is the CEO of Wind Power Nepal, a renewable energy and engineering company. He is also a co-founder and director of Gandaki Urja, a company that converts organic waste into the bottle biomethane, gas, and organic fertilizer. He is also a director at Solar Farm Private Limited that owns a 5 megawatt on-grid solar power project. Welcome to this panel, Mr. Gurung. And last but not the least, our another panelist is Mr. Samir Newa, who is the managing director of Organic Village Nepal. He has been working in this sector for last more than 15 years. Mr. Newa has expertise lies in conceptualizing and implementing strategies for organic agriculture, agroforestry product, and Himalayan agroforest product in Nepal. He has successfully conceptualized and designed several projects under the public partnership in Nepal. Welcome you all here. Okay, before diving into our discussion, I'd like to highlight something here. That is like we are trying to highlight our in this section, try to explore major investment opportunity in high value crop and smart and technology enabled agriculture in Nepal. While saying that, we all know that in Nepal, like 60% of population are still engaged in agriculture, and which contributes 24% to our total GDP. If we look, if you look into the data of the foreign investment in Nepal's agriculture sector, I have gathered some information regarding the data. We can see that in 2021 and 2022, in agro and forestry sector, there is a foreign investment of 8,000 million rupees only. and there are number of total projects are 295. So these 295 projects are providing employment to around 11,000 people in Nepal. While if we look into this energy sector, there is an investment of 130,000 million rupees, but it is also providing employment to around 12,000 people. So why I'm saying this is because we have been like listening from the beginning that people are like leaving the country for better opportunity, better job, and the fact is like every day like 2,000 Nepali are leaving country to other, leaving the country for better opportunities. So if we can create something in agriculture sector that might contribute to the country as well. So while saying that, let me come to our panelists. Okay, my first question goes to, let me ask to Ms. Poonam Shukla, as she's a young entrepreneur working in Nepal. Can you please share your experience in this topic and explicitly your opinion in the areas for Nepali youth to invest and work in Nepal? Is agriculture and food processing one of them?
Yeah, so agriculture and food processing, absolutely. Why? Because we are an agricultural country, and whether we like it or not, we know a lot about agriculture from our childhood. And especially if we talk about Nepal, in the Tarai, in the hills and Himalayan region, we have medicinal and aromatic plants. And I was reading a data, and it said that in the Midwestern and Far Western development region of Nepal alone, more than 80% of the families are directly or indirectly involved in this sector. So agriculture maps industry, yes, definitely one of the major areas that the youth can work and invest in. And another factor behind pushing it forward is definitely the fertile land, the rich resources, and the growing demand in the world for maps-based and agri-based products. The rise in turmeric supplements across the world still surprises me. And it's not just turmeric. We have ashwagandha and all these different things which are kind of picking up steam across the world. So definitely in that area, there's a lot of scope. However, in order to support youth in these industries who are working in the maps and agri-based business, I think there is a very, very important need in Nepal to foster complementary industries and businesses around it, right? So what can these complementary industries be? Mostly in three areas. One can be around manufacturing, and manufacturing of something which is very simple, like the packaging, sticker printing. So just to give you an example, when we were starting off with Sattva, and one of the core beliefs behind Sattva was that we want to promote Nepali spices to Nepali people who unfortunately are dependent on the Indian imported spices. So that kind of tipped us off, and we wanted to like bring Nepali products to Nepali people, and we wanted to do it in Nepali packaging. However, we had limited budget. And so we were looking for options, and unfortunately the options available to us were very expensive. Why? Because the packages were being imported from either India or China and then kind of sold off in Nepal. So it was cheaper for us to kind of import it from India. And similarly for label printing, right? So I come from Nepalgunj, and the printing option that we had over there was not really that great. So unfortunately I had to go to India again for the label printing, and there I came across a very interesting fact. So the vendor over there said, I don't know what is wrong with Nepal, because I am sitting here and printing boxes for sweet shops in Kathmandu, and I am taking it through the Bhairava route. Now that is such a lost opportunity for all of us. Everybody is eating sweets across the country, right? Everybody needs those boxes. So can there be these small industries which can, support that sector? So that is definitely one area. And similarly, there are many such areas, right? So for machinery production, the technology, the innovation, because until and unless you are aware of the context, you cannot develop solutions that actually cater to the problems contextually, right? So these are industries that we need to promote in the manufacturing side, and the youth can explore on that area. The second is services. So registration is a huge problem. We got to know in the morning as well, and most of us has already experienced it. However, there is a big scope in that area. So if there can be a tech angle to getting registrations. So for example, I work in the medicinal and aromatic plants industry, and before the farmers kind of bring that product to the market, they have to get a permit from the forest department. And similarly, there are multiple such permit requirements. Can technology be involved in that? Will we require an active government participation? Absolutely. But is it time to change? Yes. So that's definitely an area that needs to work on. Similarly, Kheti, I know, is catering to one of the most important needs of the farmer, which is microfinancing, and also related to the information. So there are different areas where the services can actually come into being. The third and the most important part where the youth can work is in knowledge dissemination. That is the biggest problem in Nepal that I find. Be it information around registration, be it information about the whole the legal aspects of exports and all of that. So that is one aspect. Another is just in the processing part of the products, right? The market study. All of these information is kind of locked up in channels, and until and unless somebody like me comes to a forum like this in Kathmandu, I just have to rely on Google. And it also depends on how effective the websites are where the information is being disseminated through. So I think that's another scope that the youth of Nepal can actually work and invest in. So to summarize, first is manufacturing for supportive businesses. Second is service-based, catering to these contextual problems that we have in the sector. And the third is the knowledge dissemination unit where the youth can do. And we have to back it up with technology, and we have to back it up with an ecosystem that supports these kind of businesses, obviously with the funding, but also with the guidance and the mentorship from the people who have been veterans in the industry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Shukla. So I don't think I need to summarize. You already did that for me. Thank you so much. So let me come to Ms. Neuraj Karki. Could you please add your experience in this topic, and also like why it is so important for local communities to promoting sustainable agriculture practice with this perspective?
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for being here, for taking your time for this session. So I'm Neuraj Karki, one of the co-founder and operation director of Kheti. So at Kheti, we revolutionize agriculture through power of technology. Being an agri-fintech company, we digitize agriculture practices, offering farmers a comprehensive solution in every aspect of their journey. So it is such a platform which is not only for farmers. It is a digital platform where all the stakeholders in agri ecosystem can work together, driving sustainable growth. So I'll be sharing my experience meanwhile, but coming back to the question about why is it important to support local communities is because that is where the challenges lies about smallholders. So I would want to take your imagination to lushy green fields of maize farms, or the warmth of yellow golden barley or wheat farms. It is beautiful, right? It is, right? So now I would like you to imagine to step into the boots of farmers, where farmers have to face every challenges in every steps they take, every move they make. So starting with the first problem, they have to, if you're a farmer, you'll need hundreds of input products to start farming. So you'll have to go through different vendors for purchasing the input products. Likewise, you'll be farming without taking agri-advisory services. You'll just look at your friend or a neighbor. So if the yields grow well, it's fine, but if it does not, it's a loss. So other major problem is lack of access to finance, which is a big barrier, and also not having a proper market. And even the farmers, they do not know about the government services, the subsidies that are opened every year. So here, Kheti as a digital platform comes in as a one-stop solution. So how do we do that is we provide them every kind of agriculture input products in the same platform, be it seeds, be it machineries, be it fertilizer, even the livestock, cows and buffaloes are there in the platform. And like we use a messenger in the Facebook, or we chat, or we do video call, farmers can connect to agri-experts taking advisory services. Also, they can sell their produces through the platform itself, and we've been successful at connecting them with government services as well. And lastly, but very important, is access to finance. So I think everybody here in the room should know about our new product that we have launched in 10 months back, because it is about enabling access to finance. So it was very important because it has been solving the problems not only of farmers, but also even other stakeholders. So here we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for NMB Bank for bringing up this collaboration. So this collaboration gave a birth to this product, which is called NMB Kheti Karza. It's a completely digital product, collateral-free, no paperwork needed, and the loans are processed within 2 minutes of time. So also, what we need to know, I would like to announce our achievement on this is like we have already been able to disperse 8 crores loan, that is 80 million Nepali rupees, to 600 plus unique customers, unique farmers. So we had imagined this like through our platform, Kheti platform, one day we will be able to disperse this kind of facilities to farmers. So thanks to NMB for bringing our imagination to reality. So talking more about the impact stories, I'll give a few examples, like about a lady farmer. So it was one of my first field visit, and then it's kind of funny and scary as well. Like the lady farmer, her name is Fulmaya Tabang. She has a farm in Budanilkantra. So she was running aggressively with a, kukri. Kukri is a national weapon of Nepal. So she was running aggressively because she did not receive, she was aggressively running towards one of the vendors, staff, because they did not give her a good quality input products. So it was very frightening scene for us right at that time. So understanding that problem, Kheti was able to connect her with the proper vendor, right kind of vendor who would give her assurance in quality. And another story is about Rabina Buddha, who is from Bhaktapur. So her husband, he migrated to Dubai for better opportunities. So she has a farm, and she's facing a problem of taking care of the farm alone. So she has 2 babies. One she has been breastfeeding. So at the same time, she'll have to take care of the farm as well. So here, she was very frustrated about not getting proper access to finance as well. She was growing vegetable crops, but she wanted to upgrade her farm. So that's where NMB Kheti Karza played a role, where she purchased a buffalo, where she is selling milk to the milk collection center, and that's how her farm has been upgraded. So she believes that her husband now will come back so that they can work together. And another story is about Neuraj who lives in Vahari Siddhi. So he went to Saudi Arabia for better opportunities. So he went there for 4 years, and even after staying for 4 years, he could not earn, he could not save much money. So he then came back, and then he wanted to do something, some initiative in farming. So at the time when he was going abroad, people were ready to invest on him. But now nobody cares about like if he's about to start here in Nepal, so they don't care about, so nobody is willing to invest on him. So here, again, NMB Kheti Karza has played a good role where he has purchased different farming equipments from these loans. So that's how we're playing a good role to sustainable farming, sustainable agriculture, and helping the local communities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Karki. Like, I'm really fascinated with the work you have been doing for the extension service in Nepal. Yeah, in Nepal, you know, I think it's around 50% of farmers, they are operating on the land that is less than 0.5 hectares. So our agriculture is mostly the smallholder farmers. And there is a huge gap for the extension service. Our farmers are still struggling for the extension service and the finance they needed. So the things that the work that he and his organization has been doing is really helpful for the farmers, and I wish like there are more these type of organizations who are supporting in the farmers. And recently, like a couple of days ago, I heard the news that the government of Nepal has disseminated its policy and plan where they have like prioritized this era as a agriculture investment era. Let's see if this will happen, and we will be able to gather more funding in agriculture sector. Okay, to that note, let me come to Mr. Samir Newa. He has been working in, sir, you have been working in your organic agriculture for such a long time. Please share your experience about the organic agriculture, and also let us know the most sought out organic products in your business and how those products helping farmers in the rural areas.
Thank you, Poonam ji, and namaste everyone. I'm Samir Newa. So our factory, the processing unit is in Karnali in Surkhet. So our major product as an organic raw material we sell to the European manufacturer is ginger slice, turmeric slice. These are the main product, and upcoming demand we are supplying is lemon peel, bitter orange peel, and then Timur pepper is upcoming in the spice. And then now, surprisingly, we are supplying carrot slice, beetroot slice. These all are organic, as well as it has a certificate, ecological and social certificates also. So we are selling our product in the international market in this brand, social and the ecological brand. Definitely, there are demand is every year increasing, but supply side is still challenging because of lots of documentation process in organic business, because it has to go through all the audit system every year, and it is expensive also. And the small landholder farmers are not able to cater these certification processes. That's why company has to facilitate these all kind of activities also, even though Karnali Province Agriculture Ministry has announced that upcoming within this 2030, they are willing to certify 200,000 hectares of land in Karnali province. Recently, they have sent a letter to us also to do some research. So these are so promising towards the organic business, and as well as the buyer side also very promising to order these products. So surprisingly, when we received the order of carrot slice from Germany, I was quite surprised, because Germany is the country to produce carrots. Yeah, and they are ordering. That means they produce more conventional way, and to convert to the organic is a big cost. So it is cheaper to import from Nepal. And Nepal has a different story behind the product also. It's not about quality of carrot or high price or cheap price. Nepal product has a story which is very unique. So the product itself, organic product, has a growing demand in domestic market as well. But my other colleagues are saying that there are lots of challenges on packaging. And to produce the finished product itself is a big investment, because we are producing raw material to the German companies. It has to reprocess in the many times, because our drying processes, our cleaning process are not sufficient to sell to the directly as a finished product. So we don't have this kind of structure. Maybe Dabur has that, but most of the small enterprises has no capacity to make a finished product in the proper way. So these are the challenges, but there are lots of scope of investment in this sector, because the availability of the untouched, chemical untouched land is a huge. It's almost 26% of agricultural land is still untouched by pesticides. So that is the big scope or strength. And still, definitely there are many youngs are leaving the country or leaving the village. So still there are some people who has to do agriculture to survive by themselves. So we have to cater that group also. And we have lots of bioresources, forest, and other resources which we can produce bio-inputs. Still, bio-inputs is a big constraint. So, because every year the ginger yield or turmeric yield is decreasing, I can challenge that after 5 years, we will be a less producer of ginger in Nepal, because now it is saying that we are 4th largest producer in the world. I guess it is not true. If we do the study, maybe we will be not even in the 20th position. And the annually yield is decreasing because of the inappropriate bio-inputs or biofertilizers available in the villages. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samir sir. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, in Nepal, that's why, as you say, the productivity is decreasing. That's where it comes, like, we need to invest on research and development. Why the productivity is decreasing, and what is impacting on that, and how can we get more productive production. And here we need to do the research, and that's why I really want to focus on that one as well. Thank you so much. Okay, let me go. We don't have much time, I think. So let me go to our 4th panelist, Mr. Kushal Gurung sir. Can you please highlight your experience and also the potential in investment opportunity in agro-processing, non-timber forest product that you think can be the most rewarding in our context?
Thank you, Dr. Palikhe. Let me share first briefly about what we do at Mutha Agro. Actually, I am an urban farmer. So our farm is based in Kathmandu, in southern Lalitpur. It's a vertical farm, and we use hydroponics technology. So we save water, and because we are recycling water, and so we usually use 90% less water, and we grow 10-fold more, and in a very limited space than a traditional soil-based farming. And the reason this is a startup for me as well. I'm from an industry background. The reason I moved into this was because health is wealth, and also climate is changing. So we cannot really rely as in a business as usual, relying on a rain-fed farming. And also we cannot only consume imported, highly pesticide infested produce. So at Mutha Agro, our brand is pesticide free. So we try to strive to that promise, and our produces, we sell it in the local market through supermarkets, and also we supply to our customers, like most of them are the hotels and restaurants and some households. So now, getting back to the question is, there's a very contradiction. Like Nepal is an agrarian society. More than 50% of our population still are considered farmers, but we import a lot of agro products. Like we spent last year around 300 billion rupees of money just to import agro-based products. And that has to be revised or reversed, and there is the big opportunity to do that. Probably, like just Mr. Samirji also said, also Dabur Nepal is already doing some remarkable work. We just have to amplify it. And but just simply rely on age-old practice is going to be very risky because of climate change. We should consider more resilient solutions, and we have to probably venture into more advanced technologies and use agri-tech also as part of the solution. And that is what we've been doing. And the technology that we use at our farm is all locally designed by our in-house engineers. And we use, even for the fertilizer, we make our own fertilizer. We don't import from Thailand or from India. And that actually helps us to reduce our cost. The unit economics is very good. And also we don't use artificial light. It's all greenhouse. So the light is also saved. And we make sure we have like highly skilled agriculturalists in our team. So we make sure that we maintain the crop health very much, that we don't have to use any pesticide, and we also have a good produce. And that is something we are planning to now replicate in the community. So that is where I see opportunity, because in Nepal there are a lot of limitations, and we have to play within the limitations. So we have to know what are the low-hanging fruits and what is the niche. So for example, like there is a subsidy for irrigation electricity tariff if you fall within that threshold. So once you increase that threshold, then you have to pay the heavy tariff. So to maintain that threshold, and also if you there is also, you get agricultural loan, but that is also within the limit. You cannot cross more than 50 million rupees per company. So those are some of the limiting factors. And if you consider that, then maybe when you expand your business, then better to collaborate with communities or cooperatives so that they become your partners. They invest in the technology, and they use that all the facilities that has been provided by the government, so that the unit economics remains same. And then same time, it is also helping to create jobs. They are also getting revenue, and meanwhile the market, we can manage the market, because we are based in Kathmandu, and we have already established a well supply chain. And we are already experimenting this with one community, just 1 hour drive from our farm in southern Lalitpur. That is one example at micro level in what we're doing. But in macro term, I think, Nepal has a very good landscape, especially for delicious, apples and oranges. And we love these fruits, apple, oranges, and bananas. And we are still, unfortunately, importing them. So I think that there's a big opportunity to invest in those apple farms and orange farms, and with some high-end technological interventions like using tissue culture, and also trying to have better nurseries at home rather than importing the saplings from abroad. Probably that is one avenue that I see as a good opportunity to try to reduce the import. But at the same time, also there is opportunity to export. And even in our long-term future, we want to export our produce to short-haul countries like Middle East, or to Hong Kong or Singapore, because those are just like 4 hours away from Nepal, and just one single short-haul. The flight cost won't be that expensive, and the produce that we are growing are high value, and is relatively cheaper than what they are growing in those countries. So probably there is the niche market is there. But to make that happen, then the certifications and all those approvals, all the BPAs, all those things has to be in place. Probably, I wish there was like Europe was near. It would have been easier to export to Europe. But maybe once these things are relatively sorted, then probably Europe could be the next destination. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kushal sir. Yeah, I agree with you. Nepal, as being Nepal, like surrounded by two big nations and landlocked country, that is one of the cores for the agriculture sector in Nepal, and that's my feeling, personal. And I agree with you, like Nepal is exporting this fiscal year, we imported around 292 billion rupees of food items. That's only food items, and within that, if you look into it, that's like around 59 billion rupees is for the rice, but rest go to the other fruits and vegetables and everything. So there is a market in Nepal, So if you can produce locally and channelize the market system, there is a market, and production also can be done in Nepal. That's my takeaway from you, sir. Okay, as I got the warning that we don't have much time, so I'll move on to my second round of the question. Let's be short in this round. Let me come back to Ms. Poonam. Can you please highlight what do you think is really needed to make the agriculture more attractive for the young Nepali, and I mean your suggestion in this regard?
Thank you. In order to make it more attractive for the young Nepali, I would probably focus on three major areas. The first one is inspiration, second is access, and the third is exposure. So if you are a young Nepali living in the Tarai or in any remote area, you have seen your parents struggle with agriculture, the little amount of money that they earn, all the havocs created by the climate change. So you've seen the struggle while growing up. So obviously it's not attractive to you. What is attractive to you? Probably your neighbor's son or daughter going abroad, earning money, living the Instagram life, sending tons of money to the family, right? So that is the kind of positive image of the positive future that the youth of Nepal are seeing. We need to change that. How can we change it? We have to create positive role models who are relatable to them. Somebody who's from their background, who is working in Nepal, working in agriculture or supporting agriculture, supporting industries and making money. And not just, it doesn't need to be an entrepreneur. It can just be an employee at a company, working in this sector. So we have to create that relatable, positive role model for the youth in Nepal. That's how we inspire them. That's number one. Second is in terms of exposure. So when we are talking about the exposure part, right, where do you get ideas? You get ideas when you are exposed to different kind of either challenges or people who have found different kind of solutions, or you are a part of different sort of communities that kind of create that spark in your head, right? So that is the kind of exposure that we need to provide. How can we provide it? We can provide it through different internship with the companies. There can be fellowship programs, short fellowship programs by companies itself. There can be online communities, So these kind of exposure opportunities that can be done in collaboration with schools and colleges. Ideal time would be before the children reach the age of 16, because by that you have a window until then to build that mindset in the youth of Nepal to stay here and leverage the opportunities over there, right? So this is the second part that I would probably focus on. The third is access. So you know what can be done. The access is to mentorship on how you actually implement these ideas. The access is to information again, right? So, for example, Nepal has these amazing local products like the turmeric, but there are different kinds of bananas which are growing in Nepal itself. And yet we are eating the, monoculture banana that we are importing from everywhere. So if imagine a youth knows the potential of that particular banana in a particular area and gets the mentorship to bring it to the market or export outside Nepal, that's a huge opportunity, right? Or maybe if somebody is doing that, just assisting that person, that would be a huge opportunity. So are we able to create that access for them in terms of information on how they can leverage these market gaps? And the third is obviously funding. As an entrepreneur myself, most of the business that I am doing right now is from the savings that I had, and thank God I had them. But otherwise, it would be very, very difficult, and I'm struggling in myself, right? So if we can make not a huge ticket size funding available, but maybe funding available at the local level, right? Because I feel contextual problems in Nepal are great opportunities. Like the problem that I have in Nepalgunj, where everybody is melting in the heat, but I also know that it's a great opportunity for me to, dry something. I just have to create like a plastic dry house, and all of a sudden, a lot of problem is solved for me, right? So that understanding can only come from somebody who's there, who understands the challenges, but also understands the opportunities of the context, right? So that is the kind of knowledge that we want to leverage on, and that to be able to make it into something, we need a bit of funding, and that is something that can be done locally. And the last part I would say, and I think it is very important, I think in Nepal, we need to create an opportunity to fail for the youth. Nobody makes a multi-billion-dollar startup in the first go. Maybe there are 4 or 5 startups that happen before it. I'm not saying go around, burn the money, but if somebody is in the age of 15, 16 and they want to start something, let them fail. Don't make it such an expensive affair. Like failing in Nepal is such an expensive affair. Closing down a company is a big task, right? So can we create maybe that cushioning for them and allow them to fail? So that can be probably helpful to them. So yeah, if I have to probably invest in the youth, I would probably do this. And the last bit that I would do is make small tinkering labs in different communities. So we are all working with farmers, right? Can we have some tinkering labs in collaboration with the schools and colleges, where people can create solutions, where the children can create solutions, create products, and just see how it works and what doesn't work for them, right? So maybe these are a couple of things that are important. Again, inspiration, exposure, and access, I feel, is the way to go forward, but it's just the start. It's not the entire solution. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shukla. You were really fantastic. And I totally agree with you. Yeah, Nepal, like the general perception is like, agriculture, everyone don't want to go into the agriculture, right? So the exposure and like you said, the knowledge, how much is agriculture important for us is very much important for us. Okay, let me go to which question we have is for you, Mr. Karki. Can you please just add on something on this one, like the same. I mean, your view on how we can make agriculture more attractive for the young people of Nepal.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Dr. Aruna, for the question. So talking about bringing youths in Nepal, like they want to return back after they completing their academic studies or gaining experience in abroad. So they want to come back to Nepal and start something. Even in agriculture, people are coming back. Like I gave an example about a farmer who came back after 4 years. So the innovations and technologies should be more promoted and more be recognized, so that such innovations happen more, and a company like ours can work for the betterment of agriculture sector, bringing it to sustainable agriculture overall. So also I would like to talk about the challenges faced in investing in agriculture. So when we formed Kheti, we were very clear about like the ROI is not going to happen soon. So we had a vision like it's going to take time. So that's the importance of investing in agriculture should be well recognized and well known by the, let's say, VC or PE or even the government bodies and impact investors as well. So in conclusion, as we reflect on the transformative stories that I shared today, it is evident that a company like ours requires support to flourish, right? Not only my fellow panelists who are giving their hard work day and night so that they can bring change in Nepal, right? So we call upon the government stakeholders to recognize the invaluable contribution of companies like ours in driving sustainable agriculture. Not only that, but we also urge impact investors and collaborators to join hands in fueling our mission and amplifying impacts, so that if the achievements would have been achieved in 5 years, we could achieve it in a year or maybe even less, right? So yeah, lastly, let's unite in planting seeds of change, fostering innovations, because strength does not lie in what we have, but strength lies in what we can achieve together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Karki. Let me come to Mr. Samir Neva, sir. Can you please tell us, like, you have a long experience in this organic farming and sustainable farming. So what are the challenges that you have been facing while doing this organic farming? And what is your assessment of domestic market for organic products, and what potential do you see for this?
Thank you. There are, every step there is a challenge, so it's a part of the game. So challenge is always welcome, yeah. In the agricultural sector, especially when we talk about sustainable or organic, there are all over challenges, and we love it also, because since 20 years we are doing this, yeah. And the big challenges, if we name it, like a price fluctuation and local trading, domination, sometimes drought, sometimes heavy rainfall, so availability of the products, these all are the challenges, and which same time which give us the lots of opportunity also. Because of big challenges or constraints, we got the opportunity to open the new market in the Europe also. So we have a guts to complete that kind of activities. We accepted the challenges, that's why we were there. So in the agriculture sector, my friends are also saying there are always problems with the farmers. Yeah, but same time, there are the problem in logistic management of the products, because we are collecting all the agro product from the small landholders. It's like some farmers produce only 100 kilograms or 500 kilograms. Maximum is like 2 tons or 3 tons. So we have to collect, because our company is working with almost 1,500 contracted farmers, and we have almost 1,300 hectares of certified land. And it is almost like 300 square kilometers we can bring the products from, like from the remote from Doti to remote from Rukum. To reach one point to another point, it cost us like 24 hours truck driving. And to bring all the product in one facility itself is a challenge, and all products are seasonal product. It produced at once, harvest at once, and brought to our facility at once. And there are a huge constraint of store, cooling warehouses. So government has no cooling warehouses in the province also. And we cannot store our product anywhere. So we almost like 12% of our procurement products were waste due to the rot. Yeah? Because if you talk about 12%, it is almost like 80 to 100,000 kilograms of ginger going wastage every year because of the inappropriate storage. That is a challenge. And even if we found some cooling warehouse close by the cities, and if we use that cold storage, and if it rot inside there, there is no insurance policy. If there is a flood or fire, then the insurance will cover that losses. Yeah, if rot or shrink or something, it is not. So challenges are everywhere. Still, there are the huge demand here, and still there are a premium, there are a willingness to pay, and the organic product is more demanding by the certain communities or certain consumer level because of health issues or because of their different things, but demand is growing. So that is the things. And my experience is Nepal has to focus on organic product because of our geographical situation also, and our indigenous skill or behavior also allow to strengthen these agricultural products. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Samir sir. Yeah, I agree with you. And because of this agroecological diversity and where like we cannot grow the other cereal crops and those things, we should promote organic agriculture. And we, most of us, we know that like Karnataka province, they have announced themselves as a organic province and promoting agriculture in that in a organically way. So let's hope we can like increase the organic production in Nepal. Beside the challenges that we have been facing, these challenges are applicable to not only the organic, but I think it's applicable everywhere for all the production, all the agricultural products in Nepal. Okay, let me come back to Mr. Kushal Gurung sir. So please, can you tell us about the Nepali agricultural product to be promoted and sold in the country abroad, like that, specifically for you? And also, would you like tell us what are the top 2 areas that you'd like to invest, provided the resources you have?
Yes, thank you. I think there are few products that has already, has a like global recognition of Nepal, like produce of Nepal, especially coffee. Himalayan Arabica is a popular brand among all the coffee lovers in the world. So, like if we could scale that to a level that we can become a global exporter, that is one opportunity probably the country should think at macro level. For me, if I were to 2 things, then one is probably I would like to expand my farm. So we're already getting more demand for few of our produces like rocket and basil, and it's because there is the food habit in Kathmandu is changing, so there is a lot of Western food, and they are ordering all these things. And as I mentioned earlier, from our 1 year of experience, we've been consistently selling the same produce at same rate, which is very unusual for fresh vegetables all over the world actually. So it's no matter season or off season, we sell at the same price, and it's in a packet. So we want to give that brand to our produce, that whenever people buy it, they know that it is pesticide free. So that is creating some momentum. That is one thing. Another is, the demand for this indoor farming and vertical farm is actually more in Middle East nowadays. And many Nepalis work, we have a long history of the seasonal migrant labor going to Nepal, to Middle East. And I think like eventually those farm operators on those vertical farms and indoor farm in Middle East will be Nepalese. So if we could train them here and give them some skill, and when they go there, if we can have that kind of some market linkage between Middle East and Nepal, then probably there is another pursuit I will do immediately.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Okay, I think we are coming up to the end of the session, and just summarizing as a whole that with this discussion, my feeling is like Nepal has the scope in investing on this organic agriculture and forest-based product, but we need to like strengthen some of the part where about the accessibility, about the marketing, and also the the research and development sector. If we could strengthen these part, and we have like prospect to produce more fresh and organic product and export, not only consume in Nepal but also export to other countries as well. Okay, with that in, I'd like to open the floor for the question. If you have any question, please write it down and provide us.
All right. Thank you so much for this question. Thank you, because I had missed out in my presentation. So the question is, as you mentioned that 80 million NMB Kheti loan provided, what is the ticket size and number of loans? So yeah, the farmers can take loan up to 2 lakhs, and it's not like they have taken 2 lakhs and it's over. It's a repetitive loan, so as they complete their repayment cycle, they can apply for the loan time and again. So, and number of loans, I guess if you have asked, as I've understood, we have already disbursed 600 plus loan already, and there's no limitations like we have to do for this much of farmer, this many farmers. So there's no any cap for that. I hope I'm being able to answer your question, whoever it is. There's no name. Am I being able to answer all of your question? Is there anything I have missed out? Yeah? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Karki. There is one more question. It's directed to all of you. It's a wonderful initiative in agro business. What are the percentage of women involved in all your sectors, and what are the challenges they are facing within their chain? So it's for all of you.
Shall I start? Yeah, please. Okay, can I go to the question again? So yeah, the percentage of women involved. So if you go to the fields, like everywhere you see like women are involved, but in the books, it's very difficult to bring them in the books, or maybe in the tech platform, right? They are not willing to step ahead to, like, even let's say, give an example of Kheti platform itself. So women, they are not ready to come forward to register. They would more prefer that their husband would do the job for that. So, but as we are stepping towards bringing more impact towards women empowerment, Kheti has been able to cater like 40% above women to involve in the digital platform.
I will also like to add, regarding our agriculture sector, in the certification list, there are almost 90% involvement is the women, although the land ownership is in the male name. But as a farm manager, we always encourage women to write their name, and we do the interview also with the women. And in our processing unit, more than 80% workers are women. So because most of the women, and especially mother, so our company has encouraged women to come and work in our facility. And among the employee also, female are 52% in our company. So, yeah, but it is a little difficult to bring them in the streamline because they have different other challenges, different other responsibilities. If I talk about the organic farmer, women farmer, so they have to take care of the buffaloes, they have to take care of the kids, they have to take care kitchen, everything they have to take care, and still they do the farming also. So it's a very unfair comparison to things.
Yeah, I think like many agro businesses, majority of actually our team members are female. And actually my co-founder is my wife, she's also female. And the challenges is usually our colleagues are also mothers, and usually so they are residents nearby our farm, so they have these issues of going back to home to run errands, and also they have kids, so whenever the timing is not like, usually now the school usually don't go on till like 5, so they have to come early, so we have to think of like, now we have this, like how do we support those kids when they are at the farm and maintain the health and safety risk as well. So these are the things that was not considered or planned before when we started and when we hired those female colleagues. So, but we have managed, and we're happy with having kids around, but there was a good lesson learned.
Just to add, I mean, the load of home and the work has already been talked about. I think one of the major challenge with respect to women is the market information, right? So during one of the meetings that we were having with our women farmers, we also work in soap nuts. And the market price for soap nut actually starts from 30 to 40 rupees. The price at which most of the women sold the soap nut was 7 rupees per kilo. Now imagine the gap, right? So this is just one product. And soap nut is a huge tree, like one tree can produce, probably around a ton of soap nuts, and that is a mature tree. Some of them were actually planning to chop it off because it was creating a lot of shade, and they could not cultivate whatever crops they wanted to cultivate because that would give a better price. So imagine the amount of loss there is, and this is just one information. The second information that is very less talked about is the health issue that women have. The women not only have to take care of the family, that is there, but they also have to walk miles to get a pail of water, right? And that takes a toll on the knee, that takes a toll on the stomach region, and that also takes a toll on the back, right? And that are the parts of the body that are mostly used when they are on the fields as well. So I feel the health issue is least talked about, and that is one of the major challenges. So these are the two main issues, I would say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all the panelists. There's a number of questions, but I think we are running out of time. So I'll just take one of it for all of you. It's more related to market performance. How can we identify market performance and quality standard of the destination market? Can one of you just explain about this?
I just talk about the export market. So to reach the export market, it's not easy. You have to fulfill all the standards. European has a different standard, American has a different standard, and Japanese has a different standard. So we have to follow the standard, and you have to be audited to get that kind of market. Yeah? And the second thing is, to get the market, you have to be in some kind of bigger exhibition. For example, for the organic market, to find the organic market, you have to participate in the BioFac Germany or BioFac USA or BioFac China. So these are the platforms where you have to present yourself as a visitor or as an exhibitor. To be the exhibitor, you have to be certified, first of all. Only you can get the stall there, otherwise you won't. But as a visitor, you can go there and explore. But whatever it says, you have to fulfill the standard.
We have lots of questions, but I think we can discuss later on in our Oh, okay. We can do it later on. That's what's. I would like to request now Her Excellency Ambassador of Romania, Daniel Sezonov, for her reflection in this section.
Namaste. Thank you very much to the moderator and to all the panelists for a very interesting and rich discussion. I'm sorry for rushing you up, but I have a flight to catch, and that's the problem. So I think agriculture is one of the most important areas in Nepal, given the number of population engaged in agriculture, more than 50%, and the share in the GDP. What my main takeovers of your discussions are that in Nepal there is still low foreign direct investment in agriculture, except of Dabur. Probably there are some more international companies, but the share is very small. There is a good popular knowledge of agriculture, like in all traditional societies, so this is a plus which has to be somehow better used. Talking about agriculture for youth, I think this is a general problem not only in Nepal. Agriculture is not sexy for youth. Youth nowadays are connected to all kinds of gadgets. They want to have a life. They don't go to exercise. Think about putting them with their hands in the earth to grow up vegetables or to collect fruits. So it's true, there is a need to engage them, and the way to engage them is giving them like high-tech solutions which can be attractive for them. What I have, there are a lot of opportunities because Nepal has 25% land untouched by pesticides. I think this is a very good figure, and it's a very promising fact. What is needed clearly of support of ecosystems, guidance and leadership. This is clear, it's necessary. What I would have loved to hear more from you is amongst the challenges. Yes, it's a lack of access to finance, lack of integrated knowledge, subsistence farming, so they have very small plots, but the climate change. Climate change is something that we are all facing, and in the case of farmer, it's existential threat, because if a farmer loses all his work because of the floods or because of the droughts or because of landslides, being such a small, the farmers you have in Nepal, small farmers, they cannot recover. I mean, a natural disaster event for a Nepali farmer is the end of his life. So this is something that should be more tackled, in my opinion. I would like to congratulate the idea of the urban farming and using very modern techniques. This can be done, of course, in the cities, but for the Nepalese peasants, farmers in the highlands, I would like to come with a suggestion. Is a model of a program we are having in Romania. It is a governmental program, so I don't know if there is anyone here from the Ministry of Agriculture. It is something that can be exchanged from government to government as a good practice, because it worked in Romania. So in Romania we have a national agency for mountain area, which is under the Ministry of Agriculture. Why? Because 1/3 of Romania, you might not know, are hills for Nepal, but for us there are mountains. So because we had a very high rate of people leaving, young people leaving and even middle-aged people leaving the mountain areas, going searching for work opportunities in the cities or even leaving the country, working in the Western Europe, this idea came up. So what is this mountain National Agency for Mountain Area is doing? They consider that mountain areas are an ecologically fragile ecosystem which needs specific management, which is clear. And the agency purpose is to implement government strategies and policies to develop and protect mountain areas. So main activity of the agency is to elaborate legislation to foster development in the mountain areas and as well as its protection. The investment programs are, I will give you some examples. Establishment of milk collection and processing centers. We have in the mountain areas a lot of cows and a lot of goats. In Nepal, you also have goats. You can collect milk goat and teach the peasants, the farmers to make goat cheese. Even if it is not eaten in Nepal, it can be exported. Goat cheese is a very expensive commodity. Then establish of centers for collection of fresh fruits, mushrooms, and aromatic plants. We also have all these aromatic plants in the Romanian mountains. Mushrooms is a very, very lucrative business, collection of mushrooms. Organizes professional training courses for young farmers, small farms development, ecological agriculture, beekeeping, and last but not least, they set up gastronomical points. In the villages, they have small, like not restaurant, but a family-run, let's call it a restaurant, family-run business, which is now very much into the attention of foreign tourists, which are coming to Romania. They want to see what are the local food habits and food like local dishes. So you have a lot of tourists in Nepal. Maybe it can be encouraged when you have bed and breakfast accommodation also to have some local restaurants. Of course, they need support. The farmers to do all these things, the local farmers need support. In Romania, they did a quality scheme under the label Mountain Product, which was Europeanly recognized, so at the EU level, not only in Romania. So this allows the products to be exported. So we have jams and syrups, meat products, milk products, fish, bee and fruit products. There are about 1,500 registered farmers and about 3,500 products. So this can be a very good model for Nepal for helping the development of remotest areas and bring some revenues to those people. Don't sell raw products, sell products which are processed. This is what's happening in Romania, and I think it can be a good, of course there is a need of governmental support. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, His Excellency. That's absolutely, we agree with you. We have, today the livestock part is a little bit missing today because our panelists has a more focused on organic agriculture and other forest-based product. Yeah, Nepal, like 13% of GDP comes from livestock sector in Nepal, and that is basic. That comes from most of the mountain and the hill regions. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. I just want to clarify that one.
I was also talking about organic products. These are entirely organic products. I'm not talking about using pesticides or other chemicals.
I think we are by the end of this session, and I would really like to express my sincere thanks to His Excellency, our special speaker, Mr. Bedi, and all our panelists for your insightful views for this session. Thank you so much.